Our next segment is the Life segment, and Greg Aidala is our host. He will be interviewing Benita Zahn. Benita Zahn is known as the anchor for Channel 13 News, and as part of Women's History Month, we will be exploring the other side of Benita Zahn. So let's watch this very interesting interview with Benita Zahn by Greg Aidala.
Welcome back to another segment of Impact on Life. I'm your host, Greg Aidala. And with me today is quite the woman about town. You may know her best as news reporter on WNYT Channel 13 News, and she also has Health Link that airs Thursday nights on locally WMHT. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Benita Zahn.
Good to be here.
Hi, thank you so much for coming on. This is awesome, a real treat for me.
Fun the other way around.
It is the other way around, and I know that, look, with the health, do you want anything? Do you want an orange?
You got an orange?
I have an orange, I have raisins.
Raisins.
And oatmeal raisin granola.
Just in case we get
Just
a little hungry. Yeah, we'll keep the raisins right here,
sure.
okay, so we can share.
That's usually my breakfast, so that's pretty good, right? I have that and vitamins and something, and then
What's with the vitamins? If you look at the latest research, it's not about taking the supplements. It's about eating.
No. This is like my breakfast. That and vitamins
all
with
together.
it. Yeah, all together. Like
okay.
So, I'm pretty right. I'm good start in the
You're
morning.
regular, as long as you know.
Yeah.
Then,
no, I know. All right.
Then it's all good.
Okay, cool.
See, I'm the health reporter. I can ask those questions.
That's totally fine, and we'll answer them.
Look at me, he's already smirking, going, "Oh my word!"
No, this is great. No. So
Nobody
thank
but your aunt ever asked that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you Italian. But no, thank you so much for being here.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, it's great. So everyone is affiliated and knows you through HealthLink on WMHT, which is great. You can also read you in print at the Times-Union.
Right, every Wednesday in the Live Smart page.
Yes, that's awesome. I love reading that over lunch. And, of course, Channel 13. And
Live at 5 and 6 with Jim.
Oh, Live at 5 with Jim Cambridge. Yeah, the kids. Oh, it's fun.
Yeah.
Well, I know that since March is History of Women, right? Right? That's what you wanted, right, Huldah? That's Huldah, our producer, yeah. So, I don't know how much of the audience knows this, but I know that the local Albany Colony Chamber of Commerce voted you 100 most influential women of the century,
one of
right?
the 100 women of the century.
Yeah, and I found that it's so topical and perfect, and that's awesome. Explain that.
It
neat.
came out of the blue.
Okay.
And it's it would have been at the end of '99, I think, is when it happened. And it read like a who's who of women in the community. And that's, you get the phone call and you see the list and you kind of look over your shoulder and you go, me?
Yeah.
You're talking about me?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Shirley Ann Jackson in that group, you know, the president of RPI.
No, you deserve to be in that. That's fine.
And she's the most down-to-earth, you know, woman. You know, you wouldn't
makes
believe
a lot of money.
Yeah, well, big job. But
no,
it was
I know.
So many wonderful women to be able to just sit and kick back and chat with them, and that's still one of the most wonderful honors I've gotten, to be able to stand shoulder to shoulder with the women who are committed to making this a better area, to making life better for those they know, and even those they don't, but because they're in the community.
Right.
It's this whole sense of community.
Exactly, and as it should be that way.
Yeah.
You know? So that's good.
Yeah, I'm bullish on community and bullish on collaborating.
Yes. Well, yeah, exactly. Well, you're originally from Long Island, so you get a whole different perspectives. You know, most people that don't see it from a different walk of life. And I think with that, you also be in the community with the arts. Like I've been, you know, to see your performance at, it was Fort Salem, right?
Fort Salem
which
Theater.
Is a beautiful theater, by the way.
Make the drive. It's
oh my gosh,
over.
I was so impressed with that place. It's beautiful,
Yeah.
Clean and professional.
Yeah,
Sorry.
well, Jay Kerr owns it, and
Yes,
he
yes.
is a professional. He started playing professionally when he was about 16, and you named
Oh, is
somebody.
that right?
Yeah, he's downstate.
Oh, that's
he
neat.
went he went to Princeton and taught there too. And you name somebody, and he's got the backstory on them. Oh my God, you want some good dirt? You talk to Jay.
He's a nice guy.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
And he's a voice teacher as well. So I really feel that he's really helped bring me along singing. Yeah, I sang, but now I feel like he makes you connect with your music.
Yeah, and you sing well.
Well, thank you.
Like that was it was interesting and neat.
And we've got another show we just started working on. I sing with Jess Layton, our
sure.
11 o'clock anchor, and Jerry Gretzinger from
Yes.
Channel 6, and we are the singing anchors.
Yes.
And last summer we went Hollywood. This summer we're doing all Broadway music.
And
Jay
where,
gave us some really
where's
good
this? Tell the audience.
It's going to be at the Fort Salem Theater,
Okay.
the first and second weekend in July.
Oh,
FortSalemTheater.com. So come on up, and Jade does a fabulous series of cabarets through the spring. There's always something going on.
Yeah,
and,
there is.
From the Saratoga area, it's maybe 40 minutes from downtown Albany. From the
Well, it's a hike because you got to take route. Was it 22? Is it?
No, don't take 22. Go.
But that's the route I did take.
That's why it was a hike.
I know. Wait,
you can go 40 to 29.
Okay, I gotta remember this.
And then 22 for the very end. Or else you take the north way, and you take the north way to exit
40 to 29.
40 to 29. You go through Greenwich.
Okay, okay,
So go through Troy, and it's really a pretty ride. So from
it's
the
all pretty
station,
up there.
it's about, maybe 55. No, about an hour 5.
Okay.
The way I drive.
Oh yeah, the way you drive, Leadfoot. And I think that what's also, and to relate how, I know where I stand in the world, and I like to contribute back to the Capital District community because of deep roots of family business. Okay, and I try to learn everything new every day, and the way our community paths crossed was through stand-up.
Yeah.
And I met Benita, and she was a fantastic student in one of my workshops and taught me so much, and she's
you've gotten really good since then.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Before,
no, a lot of people probably like, yeah, she's right on.
No. Well, the one thing I hadn't tackled, I've danced.
Okay.
And I can tap a little.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, maybe we can get up on the stage.
Yeah, I still have my tap shoes. And so I can tap, I sing, I act. And the only thing I hadn't done was stand up.
Yeah.
It was, the final frontier. And I'd really thought about it for a while. And I thought that I had a routine that I had to do. And one thing led to another. You've got to walk through the doors in your life that open. And
that's right.
One of the doors opened, and it led me to Greg. And, class is great. So you sit in class with Greg for like an hour and a half, which means you listen to Greg. And
great. Oh, that's boring. He can blather that one.
He was great. And then you bring your routine in for the class to listen to and to be critiqued by Greg. And then, like every good parent, he just throws you out on the stage. And the third time we performed, it was before the fire at...
the Great Lark Tower.
The Lark Tower.
Yeah. I had just seen Tess, too, last week for the first time in months. I'm in and out of town. And
she doing good?
She is, yeah.
Yeah, so it was great.
It was great.
And it's there's a line in a song from the show is Applause, and the song is Applause. I said, "What ho the prince? I've been hooked ever since." Well, why do we live this crazy life? Applause.
Yeah.
So I get out on the stage, I do the stand-up, thinking it's going to be a one-trick pony. I said, "What ho the prince? I've been hooked ever since." And you keep trying to walk away from it, but it's fun.
It is, right? There's
a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, and it's always something. Even in 11 years, I'm still learning something every day. Yeah. I'm a mere neophyte.
Yeah, it's great.
I have something that with health and everything, and I don't watch that much television, and couldn't fall asleep, and this was the end of last week. And I was watching the A&E channel, and they had this statistic that said that if you took the portions of quesadillas that Taco Bell sold in 1 year, it would stack 3,500 miles high. And I thought, wow, is it getting that out of control to where now we as humans are measuring our girth in miles?
And on the flip side, anorexia is on the increase.
Is that? I'm sorry.
So what it boils down to is we have an inappropriate relationship with food.
Yeah.
And body size. If only we could see ourselves as we really are.
Well, I think on the health of that, though, you've got to think about the transitional phase of what's going on in the past 20 years, just with technology alone.
Sure, we don't move as much.
No, that's it. And it's everything. It's the mental. And I get it and I respect it. I think it's a great tool. It's a great connector. But I think it can also have reverse effects to where it's relatively new to everybody that we just need to figure out the balance. When you get in the car,
you don't crank the window.
Right.
The television, you sit there and you do this.
Yeah.
You're not stirring and making your food. It
is kind of nice to put your window down, just going.
Yeah, I happen to agree. You rent a car, the cheap one, and you gotta.
Yeah.
So I say to myself, okay, 2 calories.
Yeah, right.
Got to see the bright side.
You can still mimic it while you're putting it down.
Yeah, I could, but I won't.
I'm sorry. But I just thought that was interesting. Really, wow, 35 miles, 3,500 miles high, I found was just insane.
I won't use the Billy Fusilla word.
Oh yeah, right. It's
But it is. It's
yeah,
huge.
it is huge.
We just. It's really about rethinking
Yeah.
how we live our lives and how we eat. And there is no panacea. And you know, nothing is easy.
Right.
It isn't.
No,
You know,
it
you
isn't.
got to be mindful. I don't say you have to be, you know,
Right.
you just have to be mindful.
Well, that's what I admire most about you. You seem very balanced, and you do things in like moderation to where it comes, so you can have solvency with that. Because even like running. Now, I don't run because like it hurts my knees.
Okay.
But I do exercise. You know, unicycling or walking and everything, right? But
The unicycle,
I know
love.
it's ridiculous,
wild,
isn't it?
yeah.
I know.
Me,
Yeah, I don't believe that happens too. But with running, you're doing like half marathons. You've
I've
done
done it.
marathon. You've
I've
done
done-
marathons, but you pretty much you run. See, but you stay constant with it.
Right.
You know, and it's encouraging.
On a bad day, I'll get out with the dogs for a mile,
Mm-hmm.
and there's one of the loops we'll do that has a little hill. So at least I know I've done hill work, you know.
Yeah.
But just, you got to get out. The bottom line is you just have to get out. Just get up, get out, and be mindful. And have fun.
And have fun. Well, that's what you go with the dog. How the dog's doing?
They're doing good.
Alright.
Yeah, Smokey and Tiki, the
Smokey,
40 pound.
yeah,
Smokey
yeah.
is the guy. Tiki's the 20-some-odd pound female, and she's ruling the roost, and he's trying to be the man, and it's entertaining.
Well, that's fantastic.
They're great.
And so are you entertaining. I want to
Well,
thank you so much.
This has been great.
Really.
Thank you. It's nice to be able to share some time with you and the audience.
Yeah, thanks. It's great to catch up.
Yeah.
You know, it's always
Well,
we
it's
always-
backstage, we're
I
busy.
know it's always hit or miss, so I
know.
appreciate that. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
The best. Be well.
Oh, thanks. You too, and enjoy spring coming up.
You too.
All right. Well, again, my thanks to our lovely guest, Benita Zahn. And again, for another segment of Impact on Life, I'm your host, Greg Aidala, and we'll see you next time.